gotta say, I love the pilot, and I do love that it's a very, with USA's brand, there's so much just quality television on the network. Does it feel good to be on a network where it seems like every show is a success?
Yes. I put it this way. It feels like getting to play for the Yankees. There's no other way to put it. There are a lot of networks. It used to be the big three, then it was the big four. You know, network ruled the school. And then there was this trend towards cable networks, premium cable networks. And I would say there was a time 5-10 years ago where if you were going to do a series, you wanted to be on one of the big networks, you know, because that was prestigious. And I think the paradigm has shifted. I think it's not that the networks came down, it's that there are so many choices have risen to the challenge, and stations and networks like USA are proving it. You know, they're bringing up people like AMC, FX, and these are all in the wake of what USA has done. I mean, look, they've been #1 for 5 years in a row.
Yeah.
That's no easy feat. So
No.
Bonnie Hammer's doing something right, and you know that if they choose to develop a show, a series, that there's a reason. And so there is a certain comfortability being on Fairly Legal, and you know, I've done a lot of pilots before. I've been on a lot of different shows, and this is one that there's a different dynamic here because I feel like we're a little bit more tended to, and we're going to be cultivated, and so there is a degree of certainty, a degree of security that comes with being in the USA. So.
Is it good for everyone to finally be able to watch these episodes for your sanity? Because, I mean, you have already filmed all of them.
Yeah, that was weird, right? We shot the pilot it's going on a year. So the pilot was a year ago. We shot the entire season last summer. And that's unique because usually when a show gets picked up, you shoot a pilot, there's a little bit of a lag time when the show gets picked up. And then you go into production, and then there's a point at which while you're still shooting, you have a premiere. And it's helpful because you get to gauge what the audience is reacting to. In our instance, we shot an entire season of television without having any feedback whatsoever. So the flip side of that is maybe that's better. We had no outside influence. We could make the show that we wanted to make without somebody saying, you have to do more of this, do less of this, try these storylines. But it's kind of weird. We're flying without a net. We don't know what the audience will respond to. We don't know what people will react to. So I'm really looking forward to at least getting on here, just seeing what the deal is with people, how they feel about the show.
Yeah.
So there's definitely anticipation.
Yeah. I definitely like the relationship your character has with Kate because it's not really like anything we see on television these days. They were married. We never really saw the honeymoon phase of their marriage, and we're just seeing the fallout of their divorce and their inability to stay away from each other.
Right, and that's I've said this so many times, and that's one of the things that attracted me to the role the most was that this is an unconventional start to two characters. The formula for most shows when you have a male and female character, the formula is the will they, won't they. It's that sexual tension that sustains a series for X amount of years because you wonder if they're going to get together. But usually it starts with those two characters having met for the first time. This is different. Fairly Legal picks up our two central characters having already had a relationship. They come to the table with all their baggage, and that's different. And I think that's unique because the pilot picks up, like I said, we don't know. We didn't even see these. We didn't know where they met. We didn't see their honeymoon phase. We didn't see them in their courtship. They didn't see them when they got married. We've already been married, and now we're in the midst of a separation. So that gives me and Sarah a whole lot of different dynamic and levels to play because we have a history. And we get to build that history into the episodes, into the characters. Subtle things like we're shooting a scene and it wasn't even on the page, and I had a cup of coffee in the morning, and she's telling me something about her father. I forget what the subject was, but she takes the cup of coffee, takes a sip, hands it back in a very familiar fashion that indicates that these two people have a history. And it wasn't about that at all. I mean, that was just a subtle thing that she did that I thought was great. It showed that these people already have history together. That's something that you do. It's comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, with somebody you've been intimate with and spent time in your life with and lived with for a time, you have these sort of intimate gestures that are second nature.
Yeah. Are we seeing actual flashbacks of their previous time together?
No, we don't actually, at least not in the first season, we don't do any physical flashback, like let's go back. There's references to our relationship and what may or may not have gone right or wrong with it, but we haven't done anything in, so to speak, in the past. I don't know if they might, but not in the first season.